This first shot of the car is how my characters are introduced into my trailer. I use this shot rather than a typical establishing shot that most trailers in the horror genre would use. I filmed this from two angles, one being a side-on and the second being an aerial, so the viewer gets two different views. The next shot is a group of girls walking towards the house. I shot this from a wide angle shot to get all the characters in. They continue to ring the doorbell and reunite with each other. This is a tracking panning shot of the woods. This is a very key shot as it shows the dark emptiness and emphasises the isolation of the woods that they are now entering. This next shot of the girls walking the dog is the most essential shot in my whole trailer. It signifies a change in speed for the upcoming horror events. I have filmed this from two angles, one being a point of view just like my first shot. I've also sped up the shot slightly to emphasise the change in speed. This next shot is of the cabin. It's the first time we see the cabin, and I've made sure that I've dulled the lighting to make it even more dark and creepy to emphasise the isolation of the woods. This is then the girls opening up the door. The viewer may think why they're opening it and curious to see what's inside, just like the girls are. This is again a point of view shot. The screen then goes black, which is not what the viewer may think might happen, as they may think that I will show what is inside the trailer. This is also backed up with a scream in the background. We then see one of the characters isolated on her own, shouting for the other guys. There is panic in her voice, which shows the isolation and scaredness of her in the woods alone. It is then revealed to the viewer where she's gone. She's been captured inside the cabin. This is also the first time that we see the Witch of the Woods, but it is slightly dark inside and the viewer can't quite make out who it is. The next shot shows that she's been set free or maybe escaped, some sort of mystery to what the viewer may think has happened. This is also a close-up shot of her feet. This then jumps to an extreme close-up of the face of the witch. This is the first time that we actually see the witch up close and the viewer can see who it is that the other characters are dealing with. The high speed and fast tempo of the trailer is continued in this shot as the chase between the Witch of the Woods and the girl that she's captured happens. This last shot that we see in the trailer is of the cabin, just like when we first saw the cabin, but this time we see faintly the witch looking through the window, which we did not see before. I then roll my credits and I added a strobe effect onto the witch woods to make it appear in the viewer's head and so they remember it after they've watched the trailer.